All right, guys, welcome back. This is Deficil Studios. This is Deficil Studios. This is Deficil Studios. Welcome back. All right, guys, welcome back to this edition of this podcast. So today we're going to be exploring a very wonderful issues that I know some of you may have heard, but others of you may not have heard about it. So it's the issue of Tyrese Gibson that was arrested in court yesterday. Was arrested in court yesterday on the field that he he has not paid, you know, child support. According to the court, he's expected to pay child support of up to $73,000 of unpaid child support. Recall that he was actually fined. He was sued some days back, if not weeks, and the court ruling, the judge said Tyrese Gibson should be paying up to $10,000 in child support their for their 10 year for their 5-year old kid. So and while we are on that, they actually did appeal the case. Majority of this case actually been they are being flogged by the Anthony, or he's the one who is actually engineering all of this case, because the more he sues Tyrese, the more money he's going to make. Because uh, whatever come as proceeds from this particular ruling, he has a certain percentage of it to himself. So it's the reason why this case keeps suing. He keeps suing and suing and suing and suing. So that's what is there. So let's look at the details. I'll put a flash of it on the screen, the news flash on the screen right now, and let's dive into it. So let's go. So let's interact with this. Let me refresh it and let's interact with it. I'm taking it to the front, the top of the web page at the moment, so that start everything from the beginning. Okay, so we're here. It's a court. The news say Tyrese Gibson arrested over unpaid child support, ordered to pay $73,000 to avoid jail. So let's continue with the news. I think let me make it bold a little. Let me make it bold a little so that you'll be able to see it. Okay, so while I adjust this, I want to ask one simple question. In your own opinion, what do you think a child of 5 year old actually need $10,000 for? It's a question you should ask yourself. $10,000, a kid of 5 year old in the United States. What do you think uh, they actually need? That kid actually need $10,000 for in a month. And let's now stretch it to an annual basis. What do you think a kid of a kid that is 11 a kid of 5 years need $120,000 for annually? Absolutely nothing. You see, I did mention on this podcast some days ago that modern women are in business and not in love. That it is men who are in love. It's the reason why marriage are no longer are no longer lasting as it ought to be. Modern women are simply in business. They are not in for what? For marriage. So let's proceed. It's in order to pay an upgraded child support to his ex-wife, Samantha Lee. That means he has been paying a particular amount. However, they want him to pay more. That's the bottom line there. They want him to pay more. Nothing else. They want him to pay more because she wants to fund her lifestyle. She wants to fund her lifestyle of extravagant living. Nothing else. Now, how can she fund this her lifestyle of extravagant living? She does not want to pay for that lifestyle on her own. Hence, she wants somebody's money, someone else's money, that the government will be the one who will compel this person to actually what? To actually pay for this her lifestyle. So, who is this unlucky person? In this case, it happens to be Tyrese. So you understand what's the game that is on here now. So let's continue. Let's continue. It said George Kelvin Farmer held Gibson in contempt of court and ordered that he pay $73,000 to avoid jail time. Last year, the actor was told to pay $10,000 per month, a big upgrade from 2,200 dollars. Tyrese Gibson has since insisted on his innocence and even predicted his arrest deleted social in a now deleted social media post. Tyrese Gibson is in police custody over unpaid child support. Tyrese Gibson's legal woes continue following his arrest for failing to pay his court ordered child support. According to the Miss Fast and Furious actor who shares a 5 year old Soraya with his ex-wife Samantha Lee, was taken into custody on Monday morning when he attended a hearing at Fulton Country Court. Okay. You see, when recall that Tyrese Gibson got married. Remember that Tyrese Gibson got married 2nd of December 2000 and 2007. He got married in 2007 and his marriage crashed. And his marriage actually crashed. Excuse me. His marriage crashed in 2000 and what? 6. Sorry, not 2006. So their marriage actually lasted from 2007 to 2000 and uh so while we wait for that marriage issue, according to Tyrese Gibson, according to Tyrese Gibson, they got married while this lady was using a $20 sundress. What do you mean when you say $20 sundress? You're talking about a kind of dress that's very cheap over here. But this same person, in just a period of 5 years of their of few years after their marriage and parting ways, now this same person is now asking that she should be paid a helping amount of up to tune of up to $10,000 per month as a child support for her to be able to what to take care of Soraya, who happened to be the child that they both co-parent. Isn't this ridiculous to you? Bottom line, she didn't have any life before now, or she didn't have anything to her name. However, on discovering that Tyrese Gibson is a very wealthy person, she and her lawyer wants to ensure that they milk Tyrese, they milk him till he has nothing added to his name. I remember I've always made mention on this podcast on several occasions that remember that when you are paying child support, you are not just paying it for a short period of time. You are paying child for support for the remaining 18 years or for the next 18 to 20 years of your life. How it is Tyrese? Now let's assume that Tyrese is 30 year old at the moment. If he's 30 years old at the moment, then let's assume that he will stop paying child support. Okay, the kid is about 5 years now, so that means he will stop paying child support when he is at 45, because we already estimated that 5 years is already gone out of it. Now, if he continues to pay, if he continues to pay that particular amount of money for that remaining number of years. Okay, Tyrese is 45 years old. I just get my this thing now to ensure that I'm actually giving the right figure. Tyrese is 45 years old. So that means he will be paying child support for the next 15 years. That means he will pay child support till his youthful age is actually getting gradually getting to its peak, or is if not almost at its peak. So he'll be paying child support till the next 15 years. Do you know why? Because he failed to understand the game of dating, relationship, and marriage. So, what's the game of dating, relationship, and marriage? If you must play it smart as a man, the best thing you should do, ensure you have a very strong prenup. She should append her signature to it. If she appends her signature to it, not only that, we are not saying that that is the sole or the almighty formula of dating and relationship. But what we are saying here is that this will help save you a lot of problem that will actually arise or happen in the future. This kind of a bulletproof or a shield to prevent you from from experiencing some dangers that will happen if you eventually get married to any woman who is in the game of business or and not in the game of love. Let's continue. Let's continue with this particular thing that we're reading. He said the Hollywood star has to pay $73,000 to avoid jail. He said during the hearing, the judge, okay, I think I've mentioned that whereby they applied for a new amount of money. Tyrese have been paying $2,200 per month, but all of a sudden they just resued him again that he should now start paying a new, and the court ruled that he should now start paying a heaping amount of money that is up to a tune of $10,000 per month. That means an extra 7,800 additional. That's what it means. Say, however, sources had it that the told TMZ that Gibson is now making arrangements to pay $73,000, which is be owed to secure his freedom from custody. Now, what this means now is that he's been arrested. If he does not pay that, so they are not calculating that particular amount of money now as the arrears that he is owing before he can be released at the moment, or before he will be able to gain his freedom from custody and prevent him from from actually going to jail. That's what it actually means now at the moment. Let's proceed. He said in 2022, when Judge Farmer increased the child support figure, he gave Gibson advice in the courtroom because of how unhappy the actor looked after hearing the judgment. Farmer said, "This is not a punishment for you, but put that money where it belongs in the child, where it belongs in the child." You know, now he said Tyrese has insisted on his innocence. You see, you can insist on your innocence, but that is not it's reality. Insisting on your innocence is not bad, but it wouldn't solve the problem. Now, how will it not solve the problem? The problem is the reality that is there. And what does the reality say? The reality says that as far as you have a child together with this woman, there is nothing that can stop that particular amount of money that you are paying. There's nothing that will stop you from paying it as far you have a child together with her. So she's not actually in for the love or the marriage or whatsoever. And the system will actually get a stronger hold on you when you still residing in that particular country that actually has such laws. You see, if it were to be some certain kind of person, uh, Tyrese Gibson was normally supposed to relocate from the United States to another country. Why does he have to relocate to another country? You see, this will be for his own safety and nothing else. It will be for his own safety and what? And nothing else. When you relocate for your safety, uh, you know, they no longer have information to your source of income and know how much you are earning. You see, there, how is it that they're able to inflate figures and say that he should come and pay? The ex-wife's legal team, her ex-wife's legal team has some certain details that he is able in their term that this child gets the best of welfare. That is what they call it. But in real terms, that is not true. Now, the reason why they call it that they want the child to have the best of welfare is because this is the only way they will be able to convince the court that they to convince the court for the court to rule in favor of the mother who may be the divorced wife or the baby mama. If you do not have enough details, you cannot convince someone. They will come up with all kind of claims such as things are becoming expensive, cost of living is becoming expensive, or cost of living is becoming more expensive, and his father can afford more, or the father can afford a better life for his child or for his son or for his daughter. So when lawyers come up with all these arguments and there are evidences to back up all of this their claim, there will be no point that the judge won't be able to what to object such a claim. You understand? So that's the reason why I would have, in my own opinion, or I would say that in some other cases, it would have been better if Tyrese did actually relocated from the United States. If he had relocated from the United States, remember that this woman now has little or no access to him directly. The same thing applicable to her lawyers, meaning that for them to get access to him, they have to use various means, maybe via calls. So the only thing that Tyrese would have been doing is to maybe sending this particular 2,200 dollar to be sending it to Samantha Lee either on a monthly basis or whatever model Tyrese actually wishes to send this money to this woman just for his own freedom. You see, let me put this. Even if Tyrese pays this amount of money in less than 1 year, if Tyrese should pay this particular amount of money in less than 1 year, he will be sued again. If Tyrese should pay this money in less than 1 year, if Tyrese should pay this amount of money in less than 1 year, he will be sued again. And when he will be sued, maybe the amount of money that this woman will be requesting will be maybe about $50,000 to $100,000 monthly. That's what she will be requesting. You see, I've said that modern women are in business and not love, and the government is their biggest tool that they are using to actually play this game. The government is in support of the shenanigans and the nonsense they're actually doing. So it's the reason why a lady can trick you. I use the word trick deliberately. A lady can trick you into impregnating her. She's not planning to get married to you. She's not planning to stay with you. Simply, she is doing all this because you have a good amount of money. You have a promising future. You have a bright future. So she's doing all these things to what to get married to you, to have sex with you or to sleep with you, and after sleeping with you she gets pregnant. In fact, in some cases she can just import pregnancy from any other place and say that you are the one responsible, that you should come and take charge or take responsibility of such a pregnancy, so that you will be paying the child support when she gives birth. you know what she's up to here now is what she wants to live a very flamboyant lifestyle, the one she didn't work for. That's what she's up to. And by the time you start paying and your earning potential continue increasing, then the more amount of money she will request on the long run that you should continue to pay to her. So let's continue with the analysis of what we're talking about. Okay. Okay, this is a post that actually said that he has deleted on this particular report. But here's what I can see as a recap, or as just to young men, especially the ones that are actually living in the West. For if you must get married in the West or to any Western lady, if you must get married in the West or get married to any Western lady, you must ensure that you sign a prenup with her. If you do not sign a prenup with her or prenup agreement with her, whatever thing that you see after such union, after such marriage, just bear the consequence. Do not cry to anyone. And if you believe that you intend or you wish that your wealth should last long, and you intend and you do not want to sign a prenup with any woman, be it Western or non-Western, what I would say that you should do is, when you get married to her, ensure that you relocate her from those particular countries that you know that are 1,000% against men, uh, and 2,000% in support of women in doing all of the nonsense kind of shenanigan behavior that they are displaying all over the whole place. So that's what you must ensure that you do as a man, for you to have a long-lasting wealth. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying that all Western women are bad. Do not misquote me, neither should you misunderstand me. I'm not saying that all Western women are bad. But a huge majority or a huge percentage of them actually ride, or they abuse the privilege given to them by the law to ride on their men or to ride on their husband, as a way of causing chaos or causing calamity for this man in the what, in the future, or giving problem to these men in their life. So moving on, if you were a man, young man living in the West, here are few things that you must take into consideration. Number one, you must never, you must never have a baby mama. Must never. It's a law. You must never have a baby mama. In fact, you as a young man, living in the any of the Western countries, particularly US, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, the the beginning of your failure is having a baby mama. I mean, it's a lady who gave birth to a child to you out of wedlock, or you a one night stand, and it just resulted in pregnancy. Is one of the biggest thing you did to yourself, or it will be one of the biggest disaster that you actually invoke upon yourself. So ensure you do not have a baby mama. That's one. Then two, if you cannot stay away from from the back giving, from the quick, from you understand. If you cannot stay away from it, I would say that ensure that your protection is your biggest. Give priority to your protection while you before you start the driving journey. Don't drive rough. Put on your seatbelt before you start the back shot driving. You understand? Before you ride that horse, ensure that you are what you putting on protection. Then number two, if you must what if you must get married to you must get married and you wish to live in the United States, and your marriage later result into divorce, and you didn't do a prenup agreement, and you do not wish to pay any child support to any woman, this is what you must do. Ensure that you sue to be the one who take custody of that particular child, because remember that she will not take it lightly. She would not want to lose that child, because that child will be the two, will be the base that she will keep holding on to what, to siphon more money from you on the long run for the next 20 years, depending on the number of kids, be it one or more than one. Those kids are the one that she will hold on to continue as a weapon or as a tool to present to the government that look at, I'm a single mother, I'm a this, I need support, I need help. He is not taking, even when you are the one taking care of her, she will still come out in the public, she will still sing it in the court that you are not what, you are not taking care of her. So ensure that you for what, to be in possession or to be in custody of your child, irrespective of the number of children. Sue for that. Get a very good attorney who can represent you on such. Bring your several claims of attesting that you can what, you can be able to take care of these children on your own without her, or you do not need her. And even if it goes as far as paying her off, do that, and ensure that your wealth is not destroyed, or it's not lavished on people who do never knew how you actually worked for this wealth. And it's a very important thing if you intend that you wish or you desire that your wealth should last long. Look at the case of Donald Trump. Donald Trump never paid child support to any woman or the women that he actually divorced. None he actually paid child support to. You can do your research. It's not something that is hidden. You can actually do your research and you discover that particular finding. So that's what you must know. So for now, Tyrese Gibson actually he has lost the game. He's gradually losing his wealth. Why am I saying he's gradually losing his wealth? Remember that every career has a height, and for every career, there's a particular maximum amount, or there's a particular maximum age that you won't be able to do better than you have ever did as soon as you get to that particular age. So for you to continue doing exploit, it means that the resources or the money that you actually got from uh, the current or the previous deals, salaries, endorsement, and whatsoever, it means that it will be that you have been investing them, and you continue to invest their returns and not just spending. But with the way this particular issue of Tyrese Gibson is actually going, Tyrese is gradually drifting into continuous deficit. Why did I say continuous deficit? Because money is going for things that actually is not supposed to require that particular amount of money, and little or nothing is coming out from it. Now, from my research, Tyrese Gibson does not have any other child. In fact, in my own opinion, if Tyrese should even ensure that that particular child, he has done a DNA paternity test for that, to ascertain that he is the father of that particular child. If he has not done a paternity to ascertain that he is the father of that particular child, then he is doing the biggest mistake of his life. So he should ensure that he ought to have done that before any other thing on proceeding. If there's after he pays this particular $73,000 that he has been fined by the court, he should ensure that he does a paternity test to ascertain the paternity of that particular child, that he is the father or he's not the father. So, guys, that's all we have this evening on this particular case of Tyrese Gibson. Remember, don't be like Tyrese Gibson. Don't go for blue pills. Do not go for blue pills. Go for red pill. The red pills, they actually not sweet, but you will enjoy it at the end. Remember, Jim Rohn said, Jim Rohn said, we all, Jim Rohn did say that we all must what? Suffer the pain of one of two, one of two things. One, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pains of regret actually weighs what? It weighs tons, and it may cost you a lifetime. So that's what you, as a young man, single young man, not married, or you are a young man also married, that you must also consider. Consider the discipline, the necessary discipline that you actually need now. Go for it. Accept it with your whole heart so that tomorrow you don't end up regretting, asking yourself, why had I known? Stop, so that you not end up asking yourself, had I known, which is the last comment of a fool. Do not end up being a fool. Guys, I'll talk to you in the next podcast. My name is Moses, and this is Deficit Podcast Studios. Please do well to like us and follow our page on cross on social, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, Instagram, and all of the platform. Yeah, they are being displayed on the screen at the moment. So, guys, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'm Moses, and I'll talk to you in the next one.